I wish I would have had a recording device that the police doesn't know I have on me. So it would have been good to make you hear. But and also how I was polite. At one point, not only did the police follow me like usual, but they insist that's a coincidence. We're not hurting you. We're not following you. So there was a guy again, an MK Ultra type guy that came again near me and brought a bag. Like I don't know what it was, but it was something stupid. It wasn't even to. Why would he come there? And the guy at the cash, it's like he would have had to admit. What did the guy do? He came in front of me while I'm paying. He could have gone on the side where that cash that has also bottles and refills. Where you go bring for money there the empties. So the guy passed, and now at one point I said, why are you doing this, that? I go, did the police pay you, this, that? He goes, oh, this is drugs. But I don't know if he meant drugs, that he has drugs, or that they drugged me, or they drugged me in my apartment. 3 possibilities. But at one point I said, how much did they pay you? Well, they rehydrated me. You get it? The first guy I told you about, I don't know if I made you hear it. At one point I think I even recorded it, but I didn't end up showing it. But so the guy goes, they rehydrated me. And me, even when I boil and filter the water or whatever, I always feel my mouth is dry. And I go, what the hell? And sometimes I notice it comes like without me eating something or something. So I don't know what they're doing. Again, I don't hear, see, it's Saturday, nothing. Nobody's walking this. But I noticed that it happened with the hockey games. Every time it was a tie game, I tried staying awake. I had 2 coffees and then I crashed. So when the guy said, no, they're drugging you, it could be. If it is, it's not a big effect, or else I would be reporting it, just like when they were putting, I don't want to go there because everything I say, they could do it again. Because they play different Trilly rally. And the fact that I know the police came, I don't know if they came close enough to attack me, because I would only know after a while if they got me near my, but the thing is, police, when you do things like this, like the guys, even if let's just say today the police was there, the police came in, they didn't come that close. I even said, have a good day, police, because it's like the message police, and this is more, it's 50-50 for people that are curious about my channel. I know it bothers me when you show presence, but when you show presence, if it's also to show me you're in control, you want to be in control of the physical, fine. You want to tell me what to do, you check on me, even if I want to fight you, how could I fight you? You don't answer my question. The law only works for rich people and police. So that's obvious. If people don't see it, why I don't get answered, or I get lied, or they just lie. And somebody else was telling me, another lady, that she goes, oh, I mentioned, you ever heard of the MK Ultra, the Allen Memorial? She goes, that's where I was. And she's a lady so bright, so positive, and yet so like messed up. But the thing is, maybe they're gonna achieve it fast, but when it's fast, I report it. Just like when I bleed in my apartment, or I'm like, about my head feels like it's gonna explode. But when it's like that, I'm not even sure myself if it's a cold or something they injected in me. Like now, somebody, I don't know if I'm gonna show this one another, I don't want to say, but somebody in my building, either in coercion with someone else or not, or just the police, was mad at me for something I said. Again, I'll go, but in another place I explain it more. But the thing is, I should not piss off Apopix any more than I already did, or neighbors, because the police is there willing to weaponize them and make further papers. And I found out, I almost forgot why. And the other one, I said Action Santé. It's Action Autonomie. Action Santé is one of these centers like Club Ami. So Action Autonomie were nice to me. They took my coordinates. They were saying it's wrong, that they force, they control. But it's all about, it's almost like women. It's femicide. Indigenous people, it's indigenous people. This guy told me today, oh, the police does that to me too, I'm an autochthone. I said, yes, but it shouldn't be about autochthone, about women, it should be the government shouldn't hurt us and control us. I'm part Jewish. They don't care that I'm Jewish. Even if I was totally Jewish, they don't care. It's not about funding the war in Gaza and saying, like now they're saying anti-Semitism. Yeah, possibly. But what about making more reports and not just letting people that pray in Muslim? It's like saying they protect Muslims, and they play like Max the 2,000-year-old mouse. That's what the Canadian government does. He tries to play everybody, and in the end, in the back of everything, they're associated with China. We see secret meetings. The WHO people don't know that they have signed our freedom away to them if there's any emergency or some kind of contagion or some kind of emergency. So this is what I mean is, what do I do, police? I don't want to show this one or the other one. But today you were there. I was polite with you. What do you? It's like they're saying like that James Bond film, Goldfinger. Like now, do you want me to talk? He goes, no, Mr. Bond, I want you to die. You just want me to break down or die or whatever. Because when I see something like with drugs, that I don't know if they're drugging me or not, but I fall asleep at the most, like the other day, it was 3-3, and I fell asleep, and I didn't know it was 4. And it's once, but out of the series, it's already 5 final series games that I watch about, and I fall asleep at the moment when I really wanted to stay awake. Does that tell you maybe they exaggerated some kind of a weapon or some kind of control system? It's like police. When I say you can't affect me psychologically, without any physical trauma, without any drugs, without any chemicals, without any, like now in the back of my neck, that girl got me real good. If I was someone that was vengeful, I almost feel like saying her name. But then again, they're going to say you're harassing. They could come up now and say you're harassing. I never mention names. I just have to speak the truth somewhere. Because just like the guy that probably, I don't want to say the detail, but you have an idea. I call him Mr. P38. And now it's Mrs. P38 or Miss. It's not that they're, but there's at least 2 or 3 people in the building that don't like me. If you want to ask them why, they would not have an answer. Even if it would be that they would be knowing that you don't record them but they know the police is on their side. So how can someone feel uncomfortable? Just like Apopex told me once, but the police does what they want. Like, we have to listen to the police. But if it's you, I got in trouble with the police because of you. Now, at least don't let the police have access to contaminate through the walls or put people that are MK Ultra. That guy should be in a home. Why put him next to me? Put him in a place where there's other people that are... No, they put people on purpose upstairs, sideways. That girl used to do activities at Club Ami. At least I saw her there once every 3 months to 6 months. Now I never see her anywhere except like roaming around and coming out also. And the other one that attacked me and was so satisfied because people don't care. And there's a girl that saw her try to punch me, and she works at Club Ami. I feel like saying her name, but I won't. I respect. But people that go there know, and now all of a sudden she's not working often because she doesn't want me to record her saying, yeah, I saw that she tried to punch you and I had to stop her. But this is what I mean. Now she got weaponized by the police. But even if somebody would have made a report, she wouldn't have got even a slap in the hand or not even barred from going to that club. Because whatever reason, she doesn't like the way I talk. Sometimes I express myself. And I'm not saying that I thought she was part of it, but if she wasn't before, now you're making it, I feel like saying the first letter of her name at least. But the point is, now it's for sure you're attacking me physically. So what if I was like you? What if now there's a big organization that's with aliens or whatever, secret organization that's against the extreme, and they give me a weapon that you can't see me and this, that, and I pass by you and everybody sees me and you're going to say, hey, look, yet. No, I'm not saying I can or would want to do that. See, don't put words in my mouth, anybody. But I'm just saying, it's like when I tell the police, how would you like it if I have so many agents coming and bother? Even if now today in particular, they didn't try to hurt me. They had a van in front of the building, a rented van. So it's like, it could be anybody of the, well, I don't know how many, 30, how many apartments are in here. If you have an average, whatever, 4 times, whatever, every floor. So it's all a gaslit world. And I'm not trying to offend the people hurting me. Police, if you can do it, break me down, drugs, chemicals, torture, you're doing it. I'm telling people. So if you could continue doing it, when I tell people, and people have to be really, like, I would have to have the rarest mental health, and I would have to be so mad at the police and neighbors. But why? Why could I be an actor this good? This is what I mean. I'd have to be the best actor and be crazy and be attacking everybody. It doesn't make sense. I would have done it in a physical way by now, or it would have been some kind of proof. Even at the hospital, even the papers say maybe in the future, even them, they didn't accuse me of doing or saying anything violent because they don't have F all on me. And this is what pisses you off, police. So you're prodding, torturing me. Maybe I don't want to say drugs because you're going to say, aha, you accused us. We're going to drug you. I don't know what products you're putting, but why do you have to do that? Do you want me to get on my knees? Do you want me to be punished in different ways? I don't care. I can't tell you I get hurt just by the psyops, meaning just the psychological insult. Like the guy tried insulting me, then he got so mad that he looked into my eyes. It wasn't affecting me at the metro, near Snowden Metro. Before it was all the metros are part of the criminal system. All the Walmarts, probably, all the Maxi, IGA, I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is that, but they also weaponize small stores. I don't know if they threaten the owner or they send agents. I'm not telling you I know the details, but they do almost anything. poison my air, water. I don't know if they can, because sometimes some products I can't use them. I'm not saying, because I'm always investigating what creative ways they have of tormenting me. And a lot of times it is psyops and police. I'm sorry if I made a mistake. The psyops is bad enough. Being tormented and having someone, especially if someone gets in my personal space, already there, police, even though it would have seemed like the person is doing some kind of work. It's like even when they come in my personal space, like when the police was going around me, today they didn't come around me so close, but they could have still attacked me today, and I only see the symptoms in a day. Who knows, but it would have had to go through my clothes. But this is what I mean as police. Of course, I know you could torment me psychologically because you could back it up with torture. And now, come July or August, when the Parliament opens and there's new laws on other things like language, and it's at the bottom of the scale, but it says the one on enforcing people in psychiatry. Again, there's always that option. You know that I know that you're criminals, right? That you're applying some kind of MK Ultra project, that you're allowed doing it, just like you were with the residential schools, with the MK Ultra. How you chalk it up and how you hide it from the regular system that's already corrupt. Everything is corrupt, then it's corrupt within corrupt. Then there's demon aliens eating kids. Who knows? I'm not saying all of this is automatically true, but when it comes to me and having people that even pass me messages, and I read the guy's eyes today, he was definitely, even though he said drugs, like as if he's passing drugs in Metro, and there was the guy that I don't know if he was manager or another handler or something, and he was a bit old, but it's like the manager of that Metro, and the guy said, I go, that's it. So no extra charge for the torture, no extra charge for the torture. The guy knew it, the guy that was at the cash, that I was being harassed and maybe attacked, but I don't know if I blocked it. Like the moment I just put down a little boy hoodie at Club Ami, the girl right away, she invents a scenario to have to walk behind me, and I can't question her or stop her or check her bag. But if I was in a store, the police or the could check my bag by force or jail me or kill me, even if they think I'm violent. That's why they say people got killed in Walmart, so the police has to use more force to stop them. And they could kill people while they stop. So this is what I mean, is they always will show you something on TV to excuse why they're going to be more checking up, more, and they make their own laws. They make their own theory on me. They don't answer my questions, or they repeat a coincidence. But the guy didn't call me crazy, but he said, like, it's a coincidence there in your face. But the paperwork says I'm crazy. How come I'm out? Twice. So it means they made a mistake twice to release me from the hospital. But they're not going to make that mistake again, because if the law says, they decide if I'm crazy or not. Because there's always some kind of checkups. But now I even have to be worried about Action Autonomie, because they do help people in some way. I don't know if they help, how many people they could help, but they do have like a backing, since my family and friends are too scared to help me. And they know about this police persecution, and they know my story. And the guy was almost upset. He was interested, this guy, I forgot, Jean something from Action Autonomie. And if he has my channel and he's seeing this, yes, I'm calling out to you. Why did you not call me? Did you think it was me staging it instead of the police staging these events and being up my arse? No, you know very well what I saw him recoil is when I said, but I don't have mental disease. It's like saying, women that have had breast cancer, they rally together. Women that are pregnant rally together. It's always a division, even when it's a positive thing on the planet. The residential schools, MK Ultra, femicides, they're all valid stories. Black people get targeted again, but it's not only people that fit. It's like saying if you're not black, or if you're not a residential school or Native American, if you're not whatever, and now only Jewish people are being targeted, apparently, or not only. I'm not being targeted by the public. Oh, I'm being targeted. Sometimes they even send people, who knows? I'm not Jewish, like totally, but I'm not even Italian totally. It's like I have a little bit of Jewish blood and a little bit or more Italian blood, but I don't give a fig. All I care about is that people lie, establishments, institutions, governments, everybody knows politicians lie and lawyers lie. So you think what's behind that is honest? You think lawyers and police lies because they're honest behind the stable laws are honest? You think a law that predicts that someone will do a crime in the future is logical? Of course there's going to be once in a blue moon someone that takes a bus and runs in and that has mental problems that you didn't see them before and that's not checked. But you can't say, well, I think that guy's going to commit a crime in a couple of years, so let's lock him up. That's absurd. And the police that's doing it to me every fucking day, police, you could get away with that? Why? Because you're in status? Because you're police? just like corrupt police. When on TV they show that once in a while they make an example out of someone, just like a politician that does too much thing, just like even Mulroney, he did this, and they all do it. Just some a little more too much, or more that they get caught. Just like drug deals, whether it's police or governments that do them. I don't know if police does them. I am not involved in that. But the deals of the government, okay, every deal the government does with anybody is still corrupt, because the laws they do, the slave system, even if the government wouldn't do anything wrong, they pay us very little, and they make money on us working 40 hours a week. How do you think that's normal and you have to retire at 65? It doesn't make sense. In Europe, at least, it's half a day of work. When I used to go there, people used to tell me the day of work is half. Half work, half chill. You're not going to wait till you're 80 or 70 or 65 to enjoy your life. What the fuck are we not noticing? Never mind these fentanyl and these MK Ultra, these grooming kids, we don't want to say they have handlers. That's the word I was looking for. They get people get put into these government programs. You could call them different names, with sex, with kids, with exploiting kids, exploiting women, exploiting adults, making them be eaten by aliens. That's a little, it's far-fetched, but if people testify to that, just like I'm testifying, and it looks crazy that police follows and tortures me for absolutely no reason, but they're doing it, and I think that's part of the enjoyment, that at the beginning they were smiling. Now they know that doesn't affect me, the smile, but because I know they do it, but now they know they enjoy more saying, no, you're crazy, you're imagining, they look at me. But they're acting, but I can see it just like now. No, you're crazy, we're not following you, it's a coincidence. The marks on your body, maybe you do them yourself. Can I take a picture? And that's how they treated me at the hospital. The day they attacked my left arm, when I was trying to get my right arm checked. So, and they expect me now that if they come over and call me crazy in June, or at the end of June, or July or August, that I'm going to say, yeah, okay, I'm crazy. I'm coming with you, police. I trust you. You're going to get me my medication and lock me up and tie me up in a straitjacket, inject me. That's kind of silly, police. That's why I'm saying it before. People, I am murdered. If they want to go that far, they have to murder me, because the police knows whether it's an undercover guy, when he comes close, or even when they threaten, I look at them and it's like they know by my eyes. I'm saying, until the day you touch me. They touch me with chemicals secretly. They even, maybe, I don't know what they do. Like sometimes I feel weird symptoms in my part, but they could do it because it's still worse than a punch, because they could put as much toxic products as they want in my food and my air. I don't feel comfortable, even if now the police would stop for a week to hurt me secretly with people in my face, or as soon as I put my hoodie down. But I have to let down my guard to know for sure if it's, because sometimes I don't know if it's my precautions, that even with my precautions, sometimes there's a little part of my body, a glove that breaks. One time this guy looked at me and he saw my gloves were half broken or something, or I had taken them off, and he looks at me and he gives me a smile. Yeah, you're fucked. And he just walks by me, and then I have a big bump on my hand. Police, all these are horrors. Of course you're affecting me, because not only do you follow me and show me you have presence, but you torture me. I don't even think they do this in Gaza to people. This is what I mean, people. Police, how can you continue and think you can get away with that? How? You know why I'm holding on also? There's many reasons why I'm trying to stay alive. Some are esoteric reasons, which I don't know. And I don't know if you know what I'm able to do, because even me, I didn't study too much, and I'm not sure yet if you could continue your spiritual progress out of the body, because my life is not easy. Every time I have to buy food, and every time I get back, when I go out and I try not to think about, I set myself up to leave, I go out quickly, I catch the bus. On the way back, it always takes at least half an hour to 1 hour. I'm exaggerating maybe, but it looks like it when you have heavy bags, and the metro and bus, whatever it is, always, not always, but let's say 65, 75% of the time it's delayed. And they're buses that have no windows. People, you don't know how it feels, and you don't know what it's like, baby, you don't know. I'm trying to entertain people, because now it's 20 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to show just this one or even the other one that's longer, because I don't know now, because now I'm all the adrenaline annoying and checking everything, and now that I'm in my apartment, I'm not safer, but the thing is, I have time to say, oh my God, how bad is it? And I don't know if they're going to go that way again. Now it's a couple of days. I'm not sure. But sometimes I'm not, when I'm not sure, I say it. When it's really bad but why did you have to do this, police? Why? I know you're probably listening right now. Not probably, I'm sure from the way my phone is. So why do you have to continue? Why can't you see if things get better for Canada? You see, they haven't changed. Since that day you attacked me at the hospital and you don't see the pattern recognition? You know very well that when I say it's not a coincidence, police, that you came in that dollar store today. I'm trying to move like those people you said. This guy did a pirouette like a dancing girl skating, because he looked at me like trying to intimidate. What the fuck, man? Wake up and smell the coffee in Brazil. You can't fuck with yourself. You can't fuck with God. You could torture me. Yes, I'm suffering, police. You won already. I told you. What do you want me to do? Talk? No, we want you to die. That's it. The only thing I can't really report people is when they're going to decide to kill me. And if they decide to detain me or arrest me or do anything in my apartment, come in, even if it's a scheduled thing, I don't care. People should not be coming near me. And people should not be doing that. You shouldn't send people to come in my face, police, because I will take that as an attack. And you can't say I'm crazy because you keep doing it. And I'm going to record you even when those people keep threatening me and scream at me. So people will know if I'm going to get a gadget. Now that I say it, you probably won't do it. See, I'm stupid. See, this is me stupid because I believe honesty helps everybody. No, it doesn't. When I tell you how I'm going to, you just adapt. You adapt and changed for crime. But I thought, police, you were there to stop bad things. I thought you were there to protect me. So can't you give me a get out of jail free card? It's 7 years. Haven't I served enough time? 7 years in jail or worse than jail or in a different system? This is a bit like city arrest instead of house arrest. Because I didn't go through city limit. Oh, Laval a couple of times. But there was even more. My brother even notices it, my nephews. Of course. But this is it, police. How far do you want to go? And, I just wish I was like before, that I would find pleasure out of something bad happening to Montreal or Canada or the people hurting me. But right now I say I'm learning enough about the connectivity of everybody that even if it's deserved it's always polarized. The moment I think you deserve to get bad karma, it's still me not evolving. Because when you get really high, and I don't mean by the drugs you could put in my apartment, I mean high, you see all they're trying to do is feel assertive and feel in control and feel in power and feel that's how the society works. It's supposed to work that way. We're the kings, we're the king shits. We decide for other people. That's the way it is. That's the way it's always been. With some illusion that we have a little bit of mobility within those, we are ruled. The ruling class and the slave class. There's only two classes. And sometimes some people struggle, like the P38 guy. He feels he has the respect, and I see how much respect he has from anybody in status. It doesn't matter. Okay, he has done things that he risked even to help the police. That I'll say. And he did good things. He does do good things. But he enjoys doing evil, just like the police. They do some good things, but they enjoy punishing me. They know they're wrong. They don't send anymore those people that I say, I see some regret in their face. No, they show police that are totally cold-blooded. Just like today, they acknowledged me saying bonjourne, police, but they knew I wasn't pretending, police. That's the difference. Maybe you were just being polite. But if you have to send someone to threaten me, police, that means you're not happy that I said hi to you. I had to insist for you to say hi back. Bonjourne, huh? Bonjourne, police. So this is my bonjourne. I just can't wait. Because I know whether it's in this life or another life or when we all reconnect to God, that we're going to laugh at this story and say, how ridiculous, police, you thought that because you had the numbers, because I was one, because you have so many weapons, and because you could gaslight, and because the whole system is corrupt, you could crush me slowly and try to break my soul. But you already studied this. You already know, unless there's new studies, that you could break someone's soul. My soul is getting stronger. I am feeling that I'm not going to be able to. Like today, they even blocked the escalators. They do everything. They put buses that you can't breathe in them if the air conditioning goes off. They do everything to make me ill. When they're going to kill me? Well, you'll know because I won't be making any more of these videos. Or they're going to kill my internet, but it's just the same. If I have no access to my internet, then I'm hospitalized or in jail. Whichever they choose. Because I'm telling you right now, they are doing... They haven't gone like I don't know, because they surprise me in a bad way more often than in a good way. So police, if you don't want me to show this video, just stop being intense and stop at least making me feel ill physically. Then if the police is there, even close to me, even if you're 20, I'll hug you as long as you show me. And I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's not about physical contact. It's about, if you let me know you don't want my health to deteriorate, everything else, I'm not saying I'm going to work for you and do things like they're doing to me, to others, but I will help you if there's a case that there's real danger of a bomb going off or somebody that's been kidnapped or something big. But you have to go at least 6 months to a year without hurting me, and with showing me presence and showing me in your eyes that you're really, because me, just by the eyes, if it's an officer that's of a high degree or fatty, I'll know if he's lying, right? I don't even need a polygraph. Yes, this is things that I'm already able to say with confidence. But in the moments of stress or when you inject me, I can't do that. So that's it. Prove to me that you don't want to hurt me, and I'll be on your side as much as I can, because you know what they say, the prodigal son. In this case, it's not me that's swaying you're going off the wheel of justice, because the world will change. You're seeing it change now. Trump is the evil against evil. This is the way I feel like summing it up. So the fact that he keeps on picking on Canada and making it worse than a third world country, you have to understand there's some karmic juju behind that. And why don't you try, just like I told you with the Canadians, either they're going to lose by quite a few goals, and they did, or they're going to win the cup, and there's going to be some kind of major stress even for the police downtown. One or the other was going to happen. Did it not go the way I said? Okay, you might say out of two, it's almost like betting black or red when you're at the casino wheel or whatever, the roulette. So we're not playing Russian roulette, police, but I think you are willing to go that far. Because as much as I am in your control right now, 100%, if you can go higher, meaning sometimes I say 100 trillion, my life is in your hands temporarily, or the physical meat sack is in your hands. But my soul belongs to God. Your soul belongs to God, or the illusion you're creating, meaning is if you really believe this is the only world, that dominance and physical power is valued, well, God will give you that. God gives you every wish, every dream. He makes it come true eventually. Michael Talbot said something in his book, Mysticism, the New Physics. He wrote, this I read in the 1980s. Imagine how trained I am in psychic shit, police. Imagine who you're with. So he said, what you believe to be true either is true or becomes true. But belief in it of itself could be delusional, meaning believing something you have no proof of and you feel nothing with it. When you believe something you feel, when you believe something you have a lot of evidence for, that's powerful. But when you believe some nonsense that Jesus is this, Jesus died for us, Jesus wanted everybody to go to church, and you know that the Gnostics found papers that say the opposite, you know, it's in 1940 that they found these, but because the truth, it's the whole last 100 years, I think, that it's going more and more for truth. JFK, people always suspected the CIA, and we don't know, I don't know exactly, but I know that there's a lot of corruption behind that. APAC, but it goes further than APAC, it goes further than aliens, it goes that the government does deals with negative aliens. That's the story I hear from Stephen Greer. Check out Stephen Greer. So now I'm reaching 30 minutes. What will I call this video? I don't know. I don't want to get too bored. I had a tough day, but I don't know how long I could hold off, because police, you know, soon, I don't know if I'll even be able to upload if you go more criminal. So I just don't know why you have to do that. Can you at least try 1 month, and see if things get better economically in your life, in your energy? Not 1 month hurting me, 1 month without hurting me too much. Keep your distance. Follow me like you have to, because I know that's never going to stop. But don't hurt me. Hey, I know, I'm asking for the red carpet treatment here, not to be tortured for a month. Police, I'm asking for too much, maybe. Or maybe you're asking for too much, and maybe you're asking for it, but not by... Again, I totally am working on the fact. But then again, is it like I originally thought even 3-4 years ago? The more I forgive you, the more karma hits. I don't know. But the thing is, I can't dwell on that, because if I dwell on that, then it cancels out the effect, because I want it to be just destiny and karma in and of its own. The moment it's almost like saying, the moment the police officer goes off and people could see him doing a crime, he gets punished, not the whole system. But this is what I mean is, I don't want to do that, police. You're tempting me to do that. That's why I'm evolving. But when I don't break, and I don't mean physically fall on the floor or say I'm going to die, that's something I can't resist. Whatever drug or chemical or thing that you do to me, it's suffering. And I have to say it. That girl got me good, that girl in my building. And she is satisfied. I saw her even before she knows. I saw her not like smiling, and I knew she was attacking me. I knew seconds later because I started feeling it. It was so potent, that product, because they know that that person is not very trainable to use those weapons. So police, please. I know you might say, oh, look, it's one more thing. He's crazy. Trust me, I have to decide. Just like every time they're close to me, I have to decide if it's going to, even if I stop them, well, how am I going to stop them? They're pretending they're doing something. So if you pretend it's legal and that it's within the law to lock me up, I know it's not legal, not morally, not spiritually, right? It could be legal that you're going to decide to lock me up soon, but it's not moral, and it's crime, and it's not spiritual, because you're the one following me. You're the one that should be in psychiatry. How do you call that? I don't want to, because you're going to get offended, even if it's true. I know you don't want to hear it. So I'm going to try to this video, police. Because why shouldn't I try to upload these videos and make them? If in a month, I know that if you use any method of stress now and poisoning me and attacking me, almost, I don't want to say you could go back to but then when you're not sure to kill me, I don't know why you're backing off killing me. For now, that's what I get the hint of. I could be wrong, and if you don't see any more videos, I was wrong. That means I'm dead. Yeah. So police, I am effed, and I know you could do what you want with me. Even come and get me and lock me up illegally or immorally, let's say, even if you make it legal. But how much are you going to be tempted to break me if I'm going to try to resist arrest or detention? Are you going to kill me? People will know I'm going to resist. It's almost for sure, but I'm still 50-50. So how many are you going to be? 6 or 60 or 600? So this is what I mean is, if you're planning on detaining me and and hurting me even more, if I were in your place, again, it's just a suggestion. I know I can't tell you what to do. Obviously, I can't even tell you not to torture me. It's a big gift if you stop torturing me physically. It's a start. And I would want to compromise, maybe not give you accolades right away. But if I see that you have remorse in some kind of way, but if you show me you enjoy it more and you enjoy the pretend that you're still hurting me and saying, yeah, we could do it, and we could chalk it up to we're not doing it. Even if you lock me up, you say, oh, because he could be dangerous. But you are dangerous, and you could bring upon something really bad from Montreal. Not what you've seen now. I don't even know if that has part to do with the karma. But trust me, when the karma because of me is going to hit, you will know. There will be no doubts about it. So keep doing it. I'm not telling you to keep doing it, but if you have to, if it's within the law, if it's part of the MK new type persecution of Warlock Superman, when I said my name with these nice people at the Police Deontology downtown, their face turned away. Ooh. So good luck, police, because as much as I need it more than you physically, you're going to need it for eternity. How confident do I seem about that? Just how I'm confident that I can't stop you physically for the moment. See, I add those little 2 claws.